Good morning and thank you for joining me on Delicious by Debbie. I want to make some stuffed shells for supper tonight, but first of all I like to put meat in mine, but I like to make little meatballs and put the meatballs in the shell and then cheese and stuff on top. So I'm getting ready to make the little meatballs, and I have about 1.5 pounds of this is 93% lean because that's what I had, about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. And into that, I'm gonna put 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, and these are an Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, panko, whatever. And I want 1/4 cup of just regular Parmesan cheese. And I want a couple of eggs. I want a tablespoon of my garlic. I want a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of pepper. And you can put whatever seasonings you want. Teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Teaspoon of oregano. And since I don't have a fresh onion, I'm going to put a couple teaspoons of my minced dried onion in. Actually, I think I'll put 3 teaspoons in. That'd be about a tablespoon of minced dried onion. And I want a couple of teaspoons of dried parsley flakes. And I'm just going to form this into meatballs, and they don't need to be real big because the shells aren't that big. This made a lot of meatballs, and I am going to make 12 of these shells for us tonight. That'll actually do us for a couple meals. So the rest of these I'm going to put on a tray on parchment paper. I have my oven heating up to 425, and I'm going to bake these for about 15 or 20 minutes, let them cool, and then freeze them. And then when I want to make something with meatballs, I already have my meatballs made. Okay, I have the water boiling to cook my shells. I'm just going to cook them for about 7 minutes. And I believe that's 12. I'll do one more just in case I counted wrong. I'm going to let these boil for about 7 minutes. Okay, I let these shells boil. I'm going to carefully strain them in here. Don't want them to break. And I'm going to get some cold water here and get them cooled off so they quit cooking. Put them here on this plate. Okay, I have my video shut off when I didn't want it to, but I put 1 meatball, put some sauce on the bottom, Put one meatball inside each one of these shells. Then I put Parmesan cheese over it and more sauce. I used a total of 2 cups of sauce, and then put the cheeses over top, mozzarella and Parmesan. And I'm gonna bake this at 350 for about close to an hour because the meatballs are raw and the shells are not done. And I will let you know how long it takes.